Hello and welcome to this edition of the Southwest Ohio Magazine with show hosts Gregg, Curless, and Mary McPhail. Tonight we are going out to the Richmond Fly Kite located at the Monroe Elementary School. That was June 20th, 1998. So let's go fly a kite. And now here's Gregg, Curless, and Mary McPhail.
Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to Southwest Ohio Magazine. And Mary and I are here on a great June day, June 20th, 1998, here at Monroe Elementary School, a place I'm not totally unfamiliar with, Mary.
No, this is actually where you spend most of your entire year.
I spend a lot of time here, that's right. And this is actually the very first annual Kite Fly Day for the village of New Richmond and the community of New Richmond. And we're here right now with a gentleman, a handsome gentleman, I might add.
Oh, yes.
You are the most handsome gentleman in Claremont County, is that right?
The last time I counted, I was.
All right. Well, we're here with Ken Wright, who is actually the chairperson.
And modest, too.
And modest, too.
I was
yeah.
going to say that, yeah.
Ken is the chairperson of the Kite Fly Committee that organized this great event today, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So,
Ken, I'd like to know how you got started with kite flying and this organization got
I'm not
set
a kite
up.
flyer, but we were talking about how we could get the village of New Richmond together as a group, and one of my pet peeves is that our kids are all structured and the families are all structured. You've got to be here at a certain time for a soccer team and something else. And kite flying is one of those things that teaches two things: patience, and teaches that you can do things independently or as a team, because there's team flyers and there's individuals. And so we got talking about it. Hey, so we said, we'll go fly a kite. And that's what we're trying to do, is to try to do two or three things. Introduce a family to the idea of unstructured time and the joys of it, because it's a lot looser than going and sitting on the bleachers while your kid is out in the field and somebody else's parent is screaming at you. And that's what we were trying to remove, was some of that stress from life. And this is a good, non-stressful kind of activity, except for the guy who's trying to put it together.
Gregg and I were talking before we started the program about some of the wonderful memories we both have of flying kites as children.
Absolutely.
And trying to get them up in the air and then watching them spiral hopelessly to the ground and getting them
right
up
into the
again.
ground.
So yeah, it would teach patience, because you keep trying until you get it up there.
Right, and you've got to wait for the weather to agree with you. And today we're very fortunate, because when we started this morning, there was no wind, and now we have enough to lift the kites, and it's wonderful. Very happy about that.
well, now, Ken, we heard how this all got started, but who helped you organize this whole event?
There was a committee of 8 volunteers, and your wife was one of them. And they're all working here. And if I were really good at pointing them out, I would give you Marcia Falk has put in about 100 hours, I would imagine, and her computer and her printer has churned out a tremendous amount of flyers and the like. She did the artwork for the T-shirts that we're handing out today, so if you can see one of those T-shirts walking around, it's pretty neat. I like her work. And
you also got a lot of sponsorship for this, too, and I understand the primary sponsor is Legendary Run, the golf community, which is going up near Pierce Township. Is that correct?
It is, and they put a very good bit of trust in our ability to pull this off, and are the major sponsor. We were also very lucky. We got a grant from the Greater Cincinnati Foundation when we put together what we were trying to do, and so we got $1,000 from them as well. But the major sponsor is Legendary Run.
I think that's tremendous for them to jump on board.
Really?
And as you said, give the community something that whole families can enjoy together. And Gregg and I are watching all the young people with their moms and dads out there, and the children are building their kites and decorating them.
Actually, Mary, some of the children are a little bit better at building the kites than the parents are, too.
I've noticed that. I think they're a little more hand-eye coordinated than we are. I think that kind of goes downhill maybe a little as you get older.
I think so, too. But not only can the children fly the kites, but they can come here actually build their kite. They decorate it, and we'll get a little shot of that later. They also then have an opportunity to get a free T-shirt.
They get a T-shirt. First 500 flyers get a free T-shirt, and we hope that we have 500 flyers out there in the field by the time the day's over.
Right, you can get a hamburger or a hot dog.
Oh,
and
yeah,
also,
they've got a wonderful, huge grill going. It smells wonderful.
Very much so. Too bad this isn't smell-o-vision where you could smell that, but anyway.
Trust us on that.
Sometimes it happens, so I've seen it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Also,
Ken, you've
too,
got a great sense of humor.
also, too, the Wright Kite Club from Dayton, Ohio is here as well, too, and they're giving some demonstrations on kites that they've constructed themselves.
They should be flying. Right now, their program should be going on, and I think that you'll see some pretty neat kites that they have done.
All right, sounds good. Mary?
Well, let's go check it out, Greg.
Let's do
it just
that.
looks like a lot of fun. And Ken, this has been a sincere pleasure to meet you, and thank you for your time today.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Nice to have you with us. All right, Mary, let's go check some things out.
Let's go check some things out. Look at that one. Isn't that beautiful?
I know. That's a neat one. Look at the thing that twists on the end here. And we're here at the Kite Hospital with Lloyd Klaus. Lloyd, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Now tell us, what exactly is a kite hospital?
Well, a kite hospital is where all the youngsters bring, well, the oldsters too. If they crash their kites, they bring them in, and I try to fix their try to fix their kites up.
Well, Mary was over here noticing your outstanding diploma here. What does that say, Mary?
I like this diploma. It basically says that we are in a state of disorder and the county of confusion. You wrote this yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to read the rest of it?
Well, this is to certify that L.B. Klaus will try to fix your kite. No guarantees will be made as he is practicing fixing. His fee is a hug, but will settle for a smile or the sight of a child's kite flying as high as a mile. Now, I just graduated today, so all these patients that come in here today are really going to have a problem. Signed on this 20th day of June in 1998 by Give It a Try, PhD of KF, Watch the Sky, Assistant PhD of KF, and pretty colorful longtail, the intern, and I am Flying High Nurse and ME Cleanup. Hazy Orderly here.
Now I understand your wife, Ruth Klaus, is one of the nurses on duty today. What would you say are the most common kite injuries that you deal with?
Broken spars and spines.
Does the AMA know you're doing this?
I don't think so, no.
All right.
And I'm ready to run if they show up.
Okay.
Well, now you've been fixing kites and flying kites yourself for just about 2 years.
About 2 years, yeah.
And prior to that, you were a sheriff.
A deputy, yes.
For downtown. So is this a departure from that or just a normal extension of those duties?
No. This is fun. This is where a 66-year-old person with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of experience can have the fun of the uninhibited 6-year-old. And all the adults should really try this. It's really a good sport.
Now, Lloyd, I want to tell you this too, because Mary and I were talking to your wife before we did this segment, and this is a great story on how you got to flying kites and your interest in kites. Would you tell that for us, please?
Yes. She was with a company and was going on a business trip, and I, being a spouse, was invited to go along. And I called a friend of mine and I said, what do spouses do except ride buses and yak, and go to places and buy all these kind of souvenirs and stuff? I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he said, well, I've got a kite that you can take and fly on the beach down there. And I said, well, I can't get a great big long kite on an airplane. He says, oh no, this kite has no spines, no spars. It all folds up. It's a parafoil 5, and it fits in a bag that's 8 inches in diameter and 12 inches high. I said, okay, I'll try it. I took it down and I fell in love with it.
And you've been flying kites ever since, right, Lloyd? Well, I want to tell you what, we can't thank you enough for being on our program. We've enjoyed this a lot. So I guess we can just tell you to go fly a kite, right?
Go fly a kite.
Go fly a kite. That's a great hat, too. Well, Mary, let's go check out some of the other great things that are here.
Sounds like fun, Greg. Well, Mary, I'll tell you what, the temperature has risen about
what, 100 degrees since we first started this program?
At least. It's got noticeably warmer,
It's-
but the good news is the wind has picked up.
You know what? I noticed that the wind has definitely picked up. So some of maybe the bigger kites can get in the air in just a little bit. That would be nice.
Yes.
See that big old pterodactyl one get up in the air?
I know, isn't that amazing? Some of the people out here have built the most wonderful kites. I mean, we're really enjoying it. You've got some special buddies here with you.
I have some special buddies right here, Mary, and these are the two most handsome kids in Claremont County. Actually, this is my niece and my nephew. This is Brian and Rachel Curless. How you doing, Brian?
Good.
Are you having a good day out here?
Yes.
Now, you just got fingerprinted, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Are your fingers all messed up? Nope, they cleaned them all off, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rachel, say hi.
Hi.
Now, Rachel's going to get fingerprinted. In addition to having the kite fly today, we have Franklin DeWar here, and Mary's going to talk to him a little bit before we start.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Franklin. I understand that this is your Eagle Scout project, and can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm fingerprinting the younger members of the community and making out personal ID cards and personal identification packets for them for my Eagle Scout project. And they'll go home. If they bring a recent photo, they can come here and they can get all the necessary identification they need in case they were lost or they were kidnapped.
I think
All
that's
right.
really a
Very good
worthwhile
idea.
project, and I think that's a wonderful idea
Well,
that you've had.
As you mentioned, Brian just got his card, but Rachel's going to go
Rachel,
get
it's
hers.
your
So,
turn.
Rachel, let's see you get fingerprinted here, okay, honey?
Franklin, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing as you're doing it?
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm first wiping the oil off of the fingers. That way I have an accurate print for each finger. So once I remove that with a little rubbing alcohol, I'm going to start the fingerprinting. Okay.
Let me get over here just a second.
Okay, first we're going to go with the thumb, and we're going to roll the finger. So let me have your thumb. Okay. Rachel. Loosen up.
Okay. All right, there she goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Loosen up, Rachel. All right.
Okay, good
Okay.
job.
Now we're going to get the right thumb. Let me have your finger. Okay. And we're going to roll the print.
Okay.
on here. Okay. And we do this with each one of the fingers, and then two forefinger prints and two thumb prints. And along with that, they get these personal identification packets right here, which have all the necessities for personal child safety at this young of age. And
Well, that's
that's-
wonderful.
That's wonderful, Franklin. So basically then you also provide the families with the information they need to educate their children on protecting themselves. Is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
All right, sounds very good. Well, Franklin, we're going to go and let you finish up Rachel there. Mary, there's a scale over here, and I just stepped on that and weighed 91 pounds. Can you believe that?
Greg, you know, it must be the heat.
Yeah,
You've
it
perspired.
must be the heat.
You've lost all that
91
weight.
pounds. I can't
You know, if I
believe that.
thought it'd work for me, I'd go for it, but I'm not stepping on the scale, so
Whoops, there's a
don't
sign
hold
on.
your breath.
There's a sign on here. This scale is broken. Whoops. Oh, no.
My kind of scale.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, should we look around some more?
Let's go do that, Mary.
All
Let's look
right.
around a little bit more.
Thank you, Franklin. Well, Greg, we're here with some master kite designers at the kite designing table.
They look like they're having a good time too, Mary.
Could you tell us your name and how old you are?
I'm Kaylee Becker, and I'm turning 10 on Monday.
Happy birthday, Kaylee. So this is kind of a nice way to get ready for your birthday. And your name?
Courtney Patton, 10.
And we have a young man down here. What's your name?
Zach,
Zach, and your last name?
Trudeau,
And how old are you, Zach?
8.5.
Wow.
All
Well,
right.
you all three are making some wonderful kites. What do you think here, Greg? We have some budding artists.
I think we do, and as part of the Kite Fly Day, the children come here to this tent first, Mary, pick up the kite kit, and then come over here and decorate it with all these neat markers. Have you ever seen bigger magic markers than this before, Mary?
No, even at our advanced age, if we
Yes.
had arthritis, we could do this.
We could still make
still
a kite.
do
We
this.
couldn't fly the kite, but we
No,
could at least
but we could do
decorate it.
this.
Right. Well, the students then take their kites, they decorate them, and Kaylee, what are you going to do on yours?
I'm going to draw my cat,
She's going to draw her cat. What's your cat's name?
Sunny.
Has Sunny ever flown before?
This is green.
So actually, even though Sunny's not flying, Sunny's picture is going to fly, right?
Sunny's going to hit the skies.
Sunny's going to hit the sky, right? And how
And-
about you, honey?
Just write my name and color it.
Just write your name and color it. I'll
now,
tell you
did you
what.
design your T-shirt? Well, see, you're
Yeah.
obviously very creative. Turn around and show your T-shirt. So, see, Courtney can make some wonderful stuff on her kite.
That's right. There you go.
Now, you're drawing big green on your kite. So, that's your baseball
Ah.
team. So, what else are you going to put on your kite?
Like lightning bolts and stuff.
Cool. That'll be really neat.
Did Big Green win today? Don't ask.
Uh-oh, don't
okay.
ask.
Whoops.
Well, that's all right. Another day, huh?
At least we're here having fun flying kites. That's
Well, the
for sure.
fun part of this, as you said, Greg, the children can come here and design their own kites decorations, put the sticks in and the tail and the string, and then they can hit the skies with their parents or by themselves.
Honest to goodness, it only takes them about 10 minutes once you arrive here at the Kite Fly Day to make the kite, and you're up flying already.
Well, right, and as we've discussed with a lot of people here today, if in fact the families enjoy the kite flying, there are representatives here with lots of other kites for sale so they can try other kites. And of course the kite demonstrations allow them to see some of the professional kite flyers at work.
That's right. Actually, to tell you the truth, Mary, my son hit me up to buy one of the ready-made kites over there, and after he got finished, he goes, "The white one flies better." And the white
Because
one
of the
was
light
free.
wind today.
Yes,
Yeah, the white ones seem to
right.
really be getting up in the sky easily
No
today.
doubt about it.
So this has been a lot of fun. Well, thank you very much for sharing with us your artwork, and we will be watching you out in the field to see how high you get.
I know.
Would you like to do this?
Yeah,
Does this bring back memories of when we were young?
Yes.
You
No,
know,
we didn't get to decorate them, did
Moms
we?
and dads are allowed to get kites and make them too, so
I made it with a paper sack. That's what you did, a paper bag. Oh,
You
I
used to
forget
make
I'm
them
on TV.
out of the comic section. Yeah.
See, now she's got second thoughts.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's check out a few more things, Mary.
Sounds like fun, Greg. Well, Greg, we're here with Tyler Williams, 7 years old, one of your students here at Monroe Elementary, and he flew his kite the highest of everyone. Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you.
How high did the kite go, do you think, Tyler?
540 feet.
540
Wow,
feet.
that's
Holy
high.
moly.
Well, why do you think you were able to get your kite so much higher than all the other competitors? What were you doing to make the string go out farther and farther?
I asked my dad if he could go get me some extra string. He bought me some, and then he put it on with another extra string, and then
It just kept going and going, huh?
yeah, it made it go higher.
No, I'll tell you what, actually there is no more string in New Richmond, Mary,
No,
because Tyler's
Tyler
dad
used it
bought it all.
Well, was it hard to get your kite up this morning with the little bit of wind that we had, or did you think it went up pretty easy, or what?
It was kind of hard.
But it's pretty neat, though.
Pretty
Now,
neat. Why don't you
is
show
this
us
your
what you
prize?
won?
Is this your prize that you got from winning the kite? And you got another kite as a prize, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Well, Tyler's going to be a second grader next year, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you were in Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Singleton's class this past year, is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, this is a neat day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to come back next year?
Uh-huh.
Think you go for 1,000 feet?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a pilot's license?
No.
You can
You
work
might
on it
hit an
between now
airplane
and-
if you get it much higher
Right.
than that,
All
you know?
right.
Have a great summer vacation, Tyler. We're glad you were here today.
Thank you.
Well, Greg, let's look around some more. This
Let's
is
do
a lot
that,
of
Mary.
fun. Thank you, Tyler.
And we're here now with Russell Smith, Mary, and I tell you what, he is a handsome guy, isn't he?
I think so, boy.
I'll tell you what. And Russell has the award, the prize for the most original kite. Is that right, Russell?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Russell. Would you tell us a little bit about the front of your kite, what you drew here?
I drew 3 paw prints and Snoopy with a goatee.
Snoopy with a goatee.
Snoopy with a goatee.
I think that is pretty original, don't you?
Well, back in the 60s, you know, when the Peanuts cartoons were on TV, Mary, they had a no beard policy for all dogs, and
That's true.
they lifted that because
That's
it's a
been
90.
lifted, right.
That's right. Well, Russell, how high? You said you almost got the highest flying kite. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, what happened that you didn't get that award?
It got tangled up with this string.
Now tell us what you were telling us before we went on air. When your kite got tangled with the other kite, what happened to the other kite?
His went up higher.
Went up higher, and
It was a default.
that kite actually was the one that got
That
the prize.
won.
Oh boy! So now we were talking about this too, Russell. You have an extra long tail on yours. You think that helped make the kite more stable in flight?
Yeah.
And then you did a little invention on your own here. Tell us about this.
Well, my kite kept on going in between the this little thing right here like that, and it kept on falling. So I stuck this on here to where I could see where it was, and it started flying better.
Started flying better.
Now
Mary,
see, and a future engineering student maybe.
We're
Do you
gonna
think
be-
you might want to be an engineer when you grow up and build things?
I don't know.
You don't know yet.
we'll be buying something someday that was made,
That was
by,
made
Russell.
by Russell,
I
and we met
guarantee
him.
you. That's right. Russell, thank you. Nice to have you here.
Congratulations.
Well, we'll check out a few more things, Mary. Let's do that now.
Sounds like fun, Greg.
And we're here with the kite flyer Colin Driscoll, who actually came to Monroe a couple of days before the last day of school to show the children and demonstrate kites to build interest for the event here today. And boy, it was a windy day that day, wasn't it, Colin?
It was crazy. We were flying around, and I just wanted to make sure I was way in front of the kids.
Well, I want to tell you what, there must have been about a 25-mile-an-hour wind that day.
Yeah, it zipped up, spun around, hit the ground, and broke.
And Colin actually ended up in Felicity, so we actually had to go over there and get you, but you landed okay, didn't you?
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Sounds like that day you could have used Lloyd, the kite doctor.
Well, yeah, we could have, because we broke the center rod, and not this kite, but a different kite, and pulled a couple others out, something that would handle the high wind a little bit better, and just get the kids excited about coming out to today and being a part of the event.
Colin, how did you get interested in kite flying?
Well, actually, I was just walked through a department store, saw some kites, thought back years ago, and saw these two-line kites and thought I'd give it a try. And I started out with these heavy things that wouldn't get off the ground. And, in the Cincinnati area, the winds are kind of variable and light, and then got into some real lightweight kites so you can fly whenever you go out, basically. And just have gone on from there.
Right, sounds really neat. Now, what do you do for a living?
I work for a brokerage firm, Payne Weber, and just kind of, this is a hobby.
This is your recreation.
Yeah, recreation.
Recreation, that's wonderful. Unstructured time, as we heard earlier.
Unstructured time, right, as we heard Ken Wright say earlier. Well, Colin, we want to thank you for being part of this special event today, and the children. I know you were out there helping a couple of the youngsters getting their kites up, and we want to thank you for doing that.
Well, that's what it's all about. So appreciate you throwing the event, and hopefully it just gets bigger and better next year.
Well, thanks, Colin.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Mary, that wraps up another edition of Southwest Ohio Magazine. We've had a great day out here, haven't we?
This has been a lot of fun, Greg.
We didn't wilt too much in the heat.
Congratulations to you and Monroe Elementary
Thank
for
you.
starting a brand new tradition here to benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Richmond and the entire community, because this has really been a family event.
That's right. And Mary, we want to thank all of our fine sponsors of Southwest Ohio Magazine, and you'll see them listed here at the end of our program. And until next time, everyone, so long.
Bye-bye.